In just a few short hours from now, I'll walk out of this office, cross Independence Avenue, climb the steps of the Capitol, and go into the House chambers, where I will have the honor, the duty, and quite frankly, the privilege to vote for what I believe is the most significant and most important vote that I will make since being in the United States Congress. And that will be to vote for the bill that begins the process to finally repeal the disaster known as Obamacare. Now, when the bill first came out, I wasn't entirely for it, not because of what it did, but I thought we could do better. My dad taught me as I was growing up, if there's something in life you don't like, you have two choices. You can either do something to change the situation or just accept the status quo and go on with your life, but never only complain. So I went to work. I began negotiating some ideas with the House leadership in the White House, and for 2 weeks we passed these ideas along, ideas that would make this bill better, more conservative, and bring more freedom to the American people. And then last Friday I was invited to the White House to meet with the master negotiator, President Donald Trump, and as we sat in the Oval Office, we came to an agreement. And I became a yes for the bill. Since then, there have been more changes to even make it stronger and better. But now we're on the eve of making this important vote, and there are still some people out there that have concerns about it, and I understand those concerns. It's not perfect. But most of the concerns are based on uncertainties, such as will premiums immediately begin to drop, or will we actually get rid of federal control over what type of insurance you could buy? And those are honest and logical uncertainties, but I believe we're going to correct those. In fact, I have the commitment by the White House that they will correct those. But there are certain certainties, and I'm voting on this bill because of the certainties, such as $150 billion in reduction to our federal deficit, $1.6 trillion in spending cuts, and $883 billion in tax cuts. These are big wins for the conservative cause. That's why organizations such as the National Federation of Independent Businesses, American Legislative Exchange Council, Americans for Tax Reform, and Citizens Against Government Waste have all endorsed this bill. But there's another certainty about this bill that's extremely important to me and to many of you, is that we defund Planned Parenthood. There's other pro-life provisions in this bill which will make it one of the biggest pro-life wins since I have been here in Congress and possibly over the past few decades. That's why the National Right to Life and Concerned Women of America and other pro-life organizations are behind the bill as well. Not only is this the largest entitlement reform in 2 decades or more, but it actually removes the mandate that forces you to buy insurance that you don't want, you don't need, and you can't afford. It restores liberty. When I walk across the street here in a little while, I'm going to make a vote. It's not going to be a hard vote. Because when you look at what is in this bill, it is strong, it is conservative, and it moves us in the direction of freedom. And this is the direction I promised the American people that we would take. The bill's not perfect, but it is good. And the biggest win that we have is we have finally restored back to Congress the process that our founders put in place. That's why we were able to continue to make the bill better. This is the beginning of a process. It will go to the Senate. It will be improved there and come back here. And as we move on from here, we will finally begin to restore market principles back to the healthcare industry. Thank you for all your support and prayers. God bless you, and God bless America.